CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. Welcome back to another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're bringing you your Season 80. That's right, 80 Seasons of Warships, Day 1 path. Now, we've all had a chance to look at the season stuff by now. So if you already have your path set in your cranium, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comments. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, of course. You gotta subscribe. And I appreciate anyone throwing that code CHICKEN in the shop. That's gonna re-up instant training or grab anything else for this upcoming season of Warships. So, what I will say, guys, this is a pretty straightforward path. So I think you can take this right to the bank. You can lock it in, as you can blindly follow this at least deep into 5ER. Okay, so we're going to go over the starting path, the reasons why, all that stuff. Yeah, so let's get into it. So, coming right off the top, actually what I think I'm going to do, just bear with me for a second, is I want to upgrade stuff as I go so it just kind of looks cooler. But to do that, I can't do it currently, but thanks to the magic of the dev build, now I can. Alright, so we've got maxed out everything. So where do we want to start? So obviously, we're going to max our landing crafts, okay? So we're starting off with 0 tech, blah, blah, blah. Now we have Tiny Shock, and it is maxed right away. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to be staying in 2ER, so if you're starting at nothing, like you're starting at somewhere in stone, then I would just, I would upgrade the rifle, because you'll probably have to do that. Now, for everyone starting in, let's say, rank, iron rank or above, you can follow this. So, I do think we want to max out our machine guns. I do think we want building health. I do think we want that maxed out as well. I think we can skip the upgrade on the rifles. Definitely want to get mines, get those unlocked. That's going to be our main defense for the first little bit. I will say we can probably skip mortars initially and skip Zukas. We can go with sniper towers. I don't think we need to upgrade them, maybe not so much. And we want to go boom right into 3ER right away, because that unlocks a much better deck, and we can get heavies, which is probably what we're going to need. So some bases maybe you don't need heavies, but for the most part you're going to need them. And it also brings us to troop damage. Which is going to be huge. Brings us to flare, which we're going to need. We're probably going to need it at tick 4 right away. The only thing we're missing is boom mines, but I don't think those are going to be majorly important. And all the stuff going to them is going to be good to get anyways. I think, so here's our first crossroad. Do we want boom cannons and bombers and move up to 5? I don't think so. I think we want to go medkit. I think we want to go flamethrowers. I think we want to max them out. And then we can go boom mines. And I think that's all really good tech. Now, we don't need to upgrade GBE because we don't have any gunboat abilities just yet other than Tiny Shock. And I don't think we're really going to need to use Tiny Shock that often. We also have cannons back here, so it's going to be very fizzly. Okay, this is a very defensive opening meta. We can also potentially get mortars too if we want, which if we're going to go this path and get flamethrowers, I think it's a smart idea to pick up mortars. And then we can get our boom cannons, get those to at least tick 4. We can go bombers, and then I think this is too much defense. You don't want to get bogged down in defense because the stuff up here turns into offense. And if you get too much defense right away, sure, you're going to do really well the first couple days, but it's probably going to bite you in the long run. So from there, I think we can go to 4ER. And what's the benefit of 4? 4AR gives us troop health, which should be really big because, like I said, it's going to be fizzly. And if we're using heavies and bombers, then, you know, great, but at least it's going to allow us to survive a little bit longer and have easier attacks. And maybe heavy rush will still be a thing. So from here, we got a couple different options. Now, I think this is going to be a multiple hero season. I don't think there's really any ways around that. So I'm leaning towards getting Everspark. Because if we don't get Everspark, what are we doing? We're getting medics and we're getting mechs. That's more keys than Everspark is. For the benefit of what? You get one crappy multi-node. It's actually not that bad, but it's not, well, the boom cans are kind of nice. But we can come back and get that later. But I guess if we're going to get Everspark, it doesn't make sense to do that, so... Maybe this isn't as fast-forwarding as I thought, but... I think Everspark makes the most sense, and then maybe a damage amp over here for all of the defenses that we have. We got our first DBD, go down this way. I think we're going to skip rockets because we've been using a lot of upgrade tokens. And then we can go heavies straight into 5ER. Okay? So from there, we got a really good deck at 5. There are 2 ramps, but they're very close together. Typically, bases with 2 ramps that are like one's high and one's low, they're much easier to attack than bases with 1 giant ramp or spread out ramps. So then we got our first prototype here, and we got Cryo Bomb. So Cryo Bomb is going to be huge, and it might actually, knowing that Cryo Bomb is not that far off the mark, maybe it negates this going around here, around the top, to get this Boom Mine node. Because mines really aren't going to be that important if everyone's using Cryo Bomb. They're going to be basically non-existent. So something to think about. And then as we move forward, we got our first building health. So we're getting super deep into the tech tree, so I don't want to go over stuff in 5ER and 6ER. This is the day 1 path, so we'll primarily focus on that. So for the guys that are in 2ER and are doing Rifleman Rush, it's going to be tricky. Now, the good news is, I would recommend playing the season early if you can, because I think it's going to require you to rank up really quickly before people have all of this stuff maxed out, because there's a ton of defense early on. Defense is always kind of deceiving at the very beginning. Like, it's always better than what we think it is, and just looking at this tech tree, sure, we got the troop damage, sure, we got the troop health after 4ER, but we've got basically every strong defense immediately right away, so... I don't see how this can not be a little fizzly, or at least super slow at the very beginning, early on. I mean, we'll see. You never really know how a season's going to play out until you actually play it, but this is basically my plan. Now, shock launchers are kind of the wild card. Yes, they're going to be good. Yes, we're going to have to get them at first, but is the stuff in 4 better than shock launchers fully D'd up arms race 3ER? Typically, it depends on the troops that we're using, right? So say, for example, you get fully D'd up in 3. If players are using bombers, and we've got tiny shock too, right? That really hurts the shock launchers. Maybe they're not as attractive an option as they seem on paper, right? But some of these guys we're going to have to play out on the fly. That's at least my plan for day 1. Unlock most of the stuff, skip a couple things, and keep moving forward. So I hope that helps you guys out. Let me know what your plan is, what you agree with, what you disagree with, down below in the comments. And yeah, we're going to be streaming this tomorrow, of course, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The tech tree guide, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next one. Check it out. Back.